Welcome back, everyone, to a live trade walkthrough of me using my one setup for life. Today, we were looking for the equal lows and the new week opening gap, which was below market price. Saw manipulation higher at 930, easy drop lower. What's interesting about today was I went short, was able to see profitability in the trade, but then the market came back and knocked me out in profit. Everybody that trades live money is going to experience that, and you're going to be able to see how I managed it, how I didn't get emotional, didn't feel the need to get back in, because when you have setups that repeat every single day, you don't have to be concerned of not getting your full target on every single trade. One of the other things you're going to learn in this video is what I'm looking for every single Monday with no high impact news. If you are not looking at these two reference points, you are liquidity on Mondays. That is your new week opening gap and your regular trading hours gap, and understanding how the algorithm will use these levels on Mondays with no high impact news. You'll see how I did that here today. And if you want pre-market analysis, if you want to know what levels I'm looking for, what I'm going to be trading on each day, join our free Discord. Click the link below to join so that you can see my pre-market analysis every single trading day, so that, again, you know exactly what opportunities and what trades myself and my team are going to be looking for. Enjoy. So yeah, we have the buy side here, but look at what we have here below. London lows, relatively equal. Also, the reason I favor that is because we also have the new week opening gap here, where we closed to where we open. This is the new week opening gap down here. So Monday, if we do accelerate into the opening range gap, which would be down here as well, we have sell side and new week opening gap. And that's my level of interest for the downside if we sell off. Well, that's calling both sides of the market. Not really, because we are bullish higher time frame. But just again, because we're bullish, it doesn't mean every session or every candle is just printing higher, ripping towards our general liquidity. So you still have to weigh out other factors. Those other factors that we're weighing out is the fact that they left relatively lows here. It's a Monday, and Mondays like to do what? They tend to seek fair value. All right, we're seeing a decoupling off the open. Note that. Nasdaq's ripping. S&P dropped down to its sell side and new week opening gap. So ES gave an opening range gap repricing here and traded down to its new week opening gap. Nasdaq is not. So we're seeing a decoupling off the open. Not a big fan of that. All right, so we rallied, broke down, took out the short-term low here. I want to see if we start to roll over. Be interested to see if they leave this fair value gap open here on a 15-second. I'm going to try a short here. Need to see this thing fall from here if it's going to be good. All right, so Dow, S&P selling off really good. Need to see Nasdaq follow suit now. All right, guys, that right there is over 30 handles. Make sure you guys are getting paid. Don't just copy what I'm doing here. Again, I just have one contract on. If I had two, a partial would come off here inside that bullish order block right here. So I'd take a partial off here if I could. Right, I'm going to roll the stop to this up close candle here just to tighten up the risk even more. Shouldn't get back above this up close here. And if it does, I don't want to be short. All right, want to see 50% of this wick here just completely melted through. That again offers 25 handles. Again, make sure you're getting paid. There's another 30 handles offered. All right, this thing needs to free fall from here. We're going to roll the stop. This thing needs to free fall into sell side. And then as far as new week opening gap here, I'll see if I can squeeze some more juice out of this thing and see if we can get some end log action. We're now in the lower half of the price leg, so we should be in distribution. Regardless of, we're getting paid for our time here. All right, so there's 50 handles offered there, and that rolls back and takes me out. And then what you guys saw me trading here was actually the market maker sell model here. So once we broke down, this is the low risk sell here. And then as soon as I saw them respect the lower half of this gap, it's easy money to the downside. That's right. Buy side run, breakdown, shift in your market structure. Fair value gap here. Your short could just be tossed in as it's hitting the gap. Nothing wrong with that. And then you get immediate feedback. Does it stay in the lower half? Absolutely. Well, I want to see it hit it. If it starts to leave, then I can just short there, trusting it won't come back to that high, and I can have a bit of a tighter risk reward to work with here. So nonetheless, I think it offered 50 handles. Yeah. It offered 50 points. That's not bad. 50 points for a Monday. is really good. Beats a day job. If I had two contracts, something would have come off here in a discount or definitely below this low. Then I would just roll the stop to break even. If they stop me out on the last one, it doesn't matter because if it flushes, beautiful. Home run on a Monday, can't complain. But if it rolls back, then at least you paid yourself and it stops you out. So that's trade management 101. You guys see that here? From where we expect the price run to start to where we think it's going, you have to shorten the upper half. Anything below this is retail Rick chasing price. So we shorten the upper half, and when we start getting down to the lower half, you start thinking take profit, right? Order block, low, right? And you can use those levels to pay the trader. You do see though S&P dropping fairly nicely and Dow really, really weak. So what that was telling me when NASDAQ's ripping higher and the other two indices are dropping, it was indicating to me that NASDAQ was suspect rally, that this is just a Judas swing. They're just pumping NASDAQ up into a premium to sell it off and roll over into the levels that we look for. And like you guys see, it's very consistent. Trust me, nobody else is doing this but you guys and me and maybe ICT. Opening range gap on Monday, it likes to deliver that. You see that? So why am I going short here? I'm looking for opening range gap. That's why I'm telling you guys partial, partial, partial in here. Because if it doesn't get down to new week opening gap or mid gap, still plenty of potential for you to get paid there. See that? So I still think they're going to roll it over. Nothing's changed from an order flow standpoint. It's just really sloppy. Trading markets with nasty ass whipsaws and shit like that, that's just not something I'm interested in. That's why I'm not in here trying to get a re-entry or anything like that. You could, right? You can go down to a 5-second, 15-second, and you can easily get back in. I'm just not interested in doing that. Draw a sell side, new week opening gap. Note it. My goodness. My goodness. Never gets old, does it? Never gets old. So I just trailed the stop a little too tight. They bumped me out. That's fine, though. It's no big deal. Still got the moral victory, right? At least we know what we're doing. We're not lost in the price action. All right. So that's it. That would complete my entire morning session. I don't give a rat's ass what NASDAQ does the rest of the day, and neither should you.